Hello guys and welcome back. This is Mr. Siege. Now today I want to go through obviously my account, my main account this time actually, because I went through my restart account in the last video. Now KVK is on the horizon. We were going to register this pop-up, which obviously ends in 4 hours now. Now we had a vote in the kingdom and the vote came out of Siege of the Leons. And Tides of War is what I picked because obviously I want to try the new KVK tech, which is majorly interesting for me. I've never had so many troops in a march, and I'm really excited to try the new, obviously, KVK crystal tech. But we ended up choosing Siege of the Leons. But if you look at the amount of registered kingdoms, we decided to dip out of that. And we've had bad experience with Tides of War, which is why most people didn't go for it originally in the vote. So we've now decided to go for Heroic Anthem, which obviously we register for that on the 4th, which is in 4 days' time. And then it obviously starts on the 20th, 20th of August, which is actually nearly a month's time now. So I guess it's actually still quite a way away, longer than I thought it was. So yeah, today I want to show you how much progression I've made since last KVK. I'll be honest, not a lot. It seems kind of slow. I did get some materials back from Lilith, obviously from dismantling a load of infantry and cavalry equipment, which you saw on a stream. Not actually, it wasn't on a stream. It was on a video quite a while ago when I first actually crafted the immolating plume. Now, another thing I want to talk about is this Supreme Strife, which should be interesting. And I have joined a pact, although I don't know. I'm open to offers. I've been asking around and. Now, I am a Siege player. Obviously, I've got 3 Siege marches. But I would like to join this. Now, obviously, it's a bit strange because you take dead troops, like a lot of dead troops, by the sounds of it, from field battles. And it's kind of interesting how it works anyway. So I want to obviously take part and produce some videos on this, see how it goes. But you get up to 5 million troops back. So if the troops that die, you're going to get back. And obviously, my troops, I've only got 3.5 million troops, obviously 1.5 million siege. I want to sort of train some more, obviously, before KVK, especially when there should be some more siege commanders on the horizon. Next pop-up of commanders should be leadership and siege, engineering, of course. So, we had the KVK 2 ones announced, but I'm looking out for the Season of Conquest commanders. Hopefully they should still be on the horizon. I don't see why not. The other commanders obviously fit for KVK 2 only, I guess, but I think they do a decent job in Season of Conquest, to be honest with you. But we've had no museum bus for them yet either. Obviously, you'd sort of expect them to release museum bus at the same time, because obviously we've had museum bus for all the other KVK 2 commanders, I believe. But yeah, let's go have a look at my commanders now. Obviously, we're going to focus on the engineering ones mainly. So these are my 3 marches. Obviously, I want a 4th march, and I'm just holding off. I've got enough gold heads, so I'm ready to invest. So Margaret's sort of my main march. It'll be Margaret paired with Cordoba. And as you can see, this is my best equipment. It's not amazing, but obviously I'm making multiple sets. I managed to get 3 crits so far, and tier 2 on 2 of these. The helm as well. And yes, this will be my main damage dealer, Margaret Cordoba. It does slap, to be honest with you. And now, the single best march, obviously, Gorge Armada Cordoba does more damage. Not loads more, and it does last a lot better in the field, to be fair. And as you can see, my armaments, I'm fairly happy with this. Now, I've gone for Tremors because obviously we're doing AoE with Cordoba, and this will affect damage to all targets hit by the skill, damage factor 100. And the concern with Sharpshooter and me not having a horn is it does use up rage, and I want to keep that rage. I don't want to lose rage. So we've sort of settled for a double inscription of Tremors and Warcry here with some decent stats. Yeah, so Warcry, now we've got Drilled, which is amazing, of course. The best in slot, the slot that it's in. Ballistics, again, very, very good. Probably the best in slot, in my opinion. 3% all damage all the time, it really adds up. And Sharp Arrows, again, another decent inscription with some decent stats. No extra all damage, it's all health there. But I think this march could, it does help having that extra health on this march, because I don't believe you don't really get any with Margaret or Cordoba. You're getting attack and defense, so that little bit of extra health is very handy indeed. So my Gauge Armada will be then paired with, again, Babur. So we're still stuck with the same marches as last time. And so let's go look at Gauge Armada. Now we've got a drum on here, so that will help with rage for all 3 marches. The same with John, running a drum on John 2. We haven't got another legendary inscription, but the Delane's Amulet crit will do. That'll be no problem at all there. Now, no crits on these, but you know what? They still do a pretty decent job. And these are the inscriptions. Now, fearsome, 1% extra damage, armored, 3.5% defense. Can't argue that. Smite, 2% more normal damage. Obviously, Gauge Armada does deal smite damage, but Babur doesn't. But it's not the end of the world. So, smite isn't wasted on these commanders. Normal damage is those white numbers as well. And then we've got 1.5% all damage there. And another ballistics. We've got loads of ballistic inscriptions. I'm getting to the sort of stage where I'm struggling to improve on armaments now. Unless I got really lucky with double inscriptions and rare inscriptions, which I haven't been for a long time. Now, I have gone for Merciless on John. John's rage builds up very fast. He's got a bit of a rage engine, and there's always a chance that this could trigger on the active skill of John. So it's worth a go, and if you're in and out of battle a lot, then Merciless will play a decent part. So I've gone for it, guys. I'm actually using it. Pulverized Warcry, Uplifting, also very good for normal damage. Now, I guess this could have been on one of the other marches, really. Yeah, it could have been on my Margaret March, or it could have been on my Gauge Armada March to make a bit of difference too. But, yeah, I could actually swap that over, to be honest. Fearsome and Armoured would do pretty well on John, to be fair. So, yeah, I could swap those over. That wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Line Shot, 5% more range, normal damage. Okay, that's great for V formation. Now, I have actually got some more to open. I was going to wait, because you just don't know. Like, are we going to get more formations out for Siege? I really don't know. Now, I'm just going to use them right now, which could be bad. We don't know. It would just be my luck. Oh, double inscription. Just be my luck that Lilith bring out another formation that benefits Siege even more. 1% extra damage and 2.5% more counter damage of all types. Deals, which isn't amazing. So it's not a crazy double inscription, but I'm still going to keep that. That could also be converted into cavalry. It could be. I don't use cavalry, but could also be converted into another inscription for a different formation. So that's not a bad start, actually. Decent start. Anything else? No, nothing good there. Probably should, just recycle all those. Absolutely no point keeping them at all. And let's go over some legendary ones. Pray for a bit of Siege God luck. Another double inscription, which is crazy. Guardians. Troop takes 2% less normal damage of all types. Okay, that isn't too bad, And Hardy, which is 3.5% health. We've got a 2.7% attack, which is actually also very decent for Siege. Obviously, your Siege attack. So that was pretty lucky. 2 double inscriptions, guys. And can we get even more luck? Okay, we've got Embattled there. And Uplifting. Again, Uplifting, a very decent inscription for Siege. So I will hold on to that one. Try to anyway. Embattled. Troop takes any type of skill damage. No, that's no good. And obviously we do look out for decent Siege inscriptions. Siege stats on these two. Just in case we could stick an inscription on in the future, but yeah, I can't see anything decent there. So get rid of the rest. And we've got 7 more. Any more luck here? Armored, 3.5% defense, and Spirited deals. Nah, it's just no good. No good indeed. Just check the stats on these. Nothing crazy. They can be recycled too. So of course I'm aiming for over 1 billion kill points this KVK again. I did almost hit it. I think I got like 960 million kill points last KVK. 52 million units killed. Now, it was such a hard KVK for me. I used so many resources. Now, if you haven't seen it, obviously you can go check out the video. But yeah, it was tough. There was a lot of fighting, but I got swarmed a lot. The enemy was very strong, and yeah, that was very hard indeed. Now, another thing I want to mention is I do want to get the new Siege Commanders, and I'm not far off getting them as well. Well, in fact, I need some more legendary chests, and I will buy some. I think More Than Gems is coming soon, so I'm going to probably buy some sovereign keys from the shop, and try and unlock Archimedes and Mary, hopefully. Now, where am I with them at the moment? Have I got any of them? I haven't even locked any of them. Okay, I got one Archimedes. So it's going to take a bit of time for me to actually unlock these commanders, and obviously I need to test them, and I want to test these guys. They're looking fairly decent. I'm happy with them. So yeah, it will be really interesting to get these tested. I don't know whether to just do it on an arc test, like is it like a, I can't remember what it's called, custom match. So I could create a custom match, and I believe then I can use the commanders. But if you let me know in the comment section, is that possible? And if that is possible, then I guess I could do some testing with these guys. Should be able to get some sort of comparison to what we did in the previous testing with my siege spreadsheet, with all the results from there. So yeah, I do want to test those out, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to KVK. Now, obviously, one of them are I have got gear and armaments on here too on Narcissus. Now this is my set kind of ready for the new commanders, or when we get them. Not bad at all. I need to just get the chest piece there, and obviously then later on work on some accessories. Probably get another drum, horn potentially. Now obviously that'll take a bit of time because there's a lot of materials involved. I don't think I can craft anything right now. I've used quite a bit. Yeah, we can't forge anything really. No, that's the wrong one. Don't be forging that, do I? I have got the blueprint, but we're still quite a way off now. Obviously, because I dismantled all my crit infantry gear a couple of years ago now, I've got a lot of iron ore, legendary iron ore, but nothing else of anything else. So it's going to take a bit of time to collect these. Not as fast, not as slow as what it would have been before. But yeah, I'm going to need another 21 legendary materials out of that. So before I can craft that for my other march. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't take me too long now, I don't think. So yeah, kind of ready for the next set of commanders. And if you look at the armaments on Narcissus, these aren't too bad either. Great stats, great all damage, some decent inscriptions. Artisan, maybe the skill damage commanders, maybe the smite commanders. We don't know yet. That's obviously going to depend on which armaments I pick for these new commanders. Hopefully smite though, really, because as we know, V formation does benefit smite a lot more. I get some more gold heads here if I summon these, and let's just show you the amount of gold heads. I think I've shown you before pretty recently, actually. Nearly 1,800 gold heads, so 1,400 to max 2 commanders, the new ones, which will leave me with about another 400 there. So I could 5-5-1-1 Archimedes and Mary, I believe. Not quite sure how many gold heads it takes to 5-5-1-1 a commander. Loads of stars though, so I'm not worried about that too much. I'll have loads of XP as well to stick on them, get them to level 60. As you can see, yeah, tons there. So guys, yeah, I'm pretty much ready for KVK. Like, it could be better. Just need that 4th march. I'm going to need a lot more resources. I've got some of my farms, and yeah, let's go. I mean, if anyone else is joining HA in the next pop-up, let me know. Hopefully, we can be against you. We are like a low A seed. So let's show my alliance. Now, we still have a bit of time for taking on some extra players. 8 build power. Now, we've got a bit of leeway on that to get some more players in. So if you are interested, obviously hit me up, hit us up in this kingdom, the R4s and R5, and yeah, we'd love to try and get you in before KVK if you've got the speed ups and resources and you sort of meet criteria which you have to apply. If you've got a decent amount of kill points and stuff, and decent equipment and everything else, then I don't see it as being too much of a problem. But yeah, we've got a good kingdom here. Let's look at the individual power. So I'm 34th on the power. We haven't got high power, massively high power players. Some kingdoms you've got 200-300 mil power players, and individual kills is where we want to be. I'm actually 16th now in the kingdom, which is kind of mad for a siege player. 69 Raptor, yep, he's new. We've got Karma, who's new. Joshua's joined us. There's Monty's new, I believe. Yeah, got a lot of new players. Yeah, a lot of new faces. So really excited to see how we get on this KVK now. Yeah, just hit me up if you're interested. So guys, that's it for this one. I will catch you on the next one. This is Mr. Siege, and bye-bye.